Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. I want to talk about some new music and do a review on Chloe Bailey's album. Now first I want to talk about Ciara's song, The Girls. Now Ciara released this song last week and there was some controversy surrounding this song. In fact, some people felt like Ciara was intentionally encouraging women, especially black women, to accept the idea of being single and independent forever. And it kind of rubbed some people the wrong way because some people felt like Ciara was promoting a message that she's not living. She's happily married, so why is she saying women don't need a man and they can be independent? Why is she saying that? So that's the reason why some people did not like it. But I did get a chance to hear the song in its entirety, and I actually like this song a lot. I like it more than I expected to. It definitely has a nostalgic vibe to it. It sounds like something that would have been off of Ciara's first album, Goodies. So I really like the sound of the song, and I think the message was good. I think we probably misjudged Ciara's intentions. And I also like the fact that she included Lola Brooke and Lady London on the remix. I especially liked Lady London's verse. I thought that was great as well. So I don't have an issue with the song itself. I will say this though, the video could have been a little better for me. I know Ciara is independent, so I don't expect her to have a big budget for every video she does, especially when it's not needed. Nowadays, streaming is more important than videos, if we're gonna be honest. So I don't think she had to put much into the video, but I would have liked a different aesthetic. She could have done something a little bit more polished and glam. I feel like she was just trying to be like some of the younger rap girls. And I think Ciara is at a place where she could do something a little bit more upscale, especially if she's going to be filming a video in her mansion. You know what I mean? So that's just me, but maybe I'm being too critical. She looked like she was having fun, and I do like the song, so I'm here for it. Another song I liked that was released last week was FLO's song. They released a song called Fly Girl featuring Missy Elliott. And I think this song is cute too. It's the perfect summer bop. They did do an interpolation of Missy's song, Work It. They took one of the lyrics and kind of made it into a melodic song. And Missy got a chance to be a part of it, so I thought that was cool. I really like the fact that they've been super consistent with their content and their sound. And this sound has really drawn a lot of people to their music. I mean, they have organically built a fan base that really tunes into their music anytime they drop. So I think it's great. I think they found a nice little lane. They're sticking to the Y2K sound and look because none of their peers are doing it. So it is a safe lane for them, but I do hope in the future they're able to experiment more with their sound. I kind of want them to get outside of that box, but then another part of me is like, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Obviously, this is a formula that's been working for them, so they're not going to deviate from that. But at the same time, I do want something a little different and unexpected from them, because right now I feel like they're following the Destiny's Child blueprint to a T. And while it's nice for them to pay homage, I still want them to showcase more of that originality. But make no mistake about it, I'm a fan of FLO. I think all of the ladies are very talented vocalists, and I do like their music a lot. I also like their new song, Fly Girl. Now on to the next song. I want to talk about Doechii's latest single, What It Is, Block Boy. And I will say, I actually love this song. I only listen to the version by herself. I don't listen to the version she has with Kodak Black because I'm not interested in hearing Kodak on a song. But I love the solo version, and I like the video as well. The concept is edgy. She's like auditioning to be the girlfriend of some mob boss. She definitely is like a Bonnie trying to find her Clyde. I mean, she's singing about her love for a thug, you know? And I did like the different scenes. I love the dance breaks. Doechii is very talented. She is a rapper, she's a singer, but she could perform her tail off and she could dance. She's definitely that alt rap girl that we need right now. She kind of reminds me of Azalea Banks with a mix of Nicki Minaj and Doja Cat and Lady Gaga. And I could say the same thing about an artist like Bree Runway, for example. I'm a huge fan of Bree Runway, and she gives me those same vibes. and I recently saw her and Doechii link up together in the studio. I don't know what they got cooking, but I'm super excited because I know whatever it is, it's gonna slap. So I'm here for that collaboration. But yeah, back to the topic. I like Doechii's song, What It Is. I do hope it does well. I think this is a song that's gonna be a slow grower. Doechii is still building her fan base and her audience, so she's gonna have to put herself out there and work this single, but I could definitely see this song being a hit for her. Now, there was a little controversy behind this song. There's an artist named Aiyanna Lee who called out Doechii's team for copying her concept for her video Gangster of Love. Now, she said this in a very long post. She said, before I say anything, I want to say that this is no hate towards Doechii. This is simply pointing out the BS we have in this industry and how we allow small artists to be taken advantage of. I woke up today and saw this video posted on Instagram, and I couldn't help but think, wow, that looks exactly like my video Gangsta of Love. From the theme to the costume and even to the color grading. Of course, many will say the videos aren't similar and that nothing is truly original, but it is the cumulative of many elements taken from Gangster of Love that makes this video a copy. I got DMs left and right from friends and even people I don't know comparing, noticing how similar they are, and some thinking this was even my video. Really? I'm sure people are going to somehow twist it and say it's not, as they usually do, which is how these people get away with continuously stealing from smaller artists. But I wanted to say something because there are too many artists scared to speak on this and who's had this done to them, including friends of mine. And when it happens, it's like someone is ripping away your baby. This post isn't to create any drama, but to simply make people aware that it's not okay. You feel helpless with no voice, just want to crawl in bed and cry. That's the reality, because your art now becomes something admired by many with someone else's name. Again, this is not directed towards the lovely Doechii, but rather the people allowing this to slide. So that's what Aiyanna had to say, and I do see some similarities here and there. I'm not going to act like I don't see it, but is it exactly the same? No. And some of the concepts I've seen in this video, I've seen in other videos as well. So nothing is really new under the sun. However, I think Aiyanna is entitled to feel how she feels. Her song Gangster of Love is actually a really good song, and Doechii's song What It Is a really good song. So I would support them both. I really would. But I don't think Doechii's intention was really to take from another artist. But it's very possible that she has a creative team that pays attention to what other artists do. So they probably have been taking notes. Who knows? It's not really far-fetched to believe. Not in this industry anyway, because we see it happen all the time. Now, last but certainly not least, I want to talk about Chloe Bailey's new album. She just dropped her debut album called In Pieces. And I have been anticipating this album for a while because I've been wondering what Chloe's sound was going to be. Now, she did mention that she actually redid her album. Initially, it was supposed to be more of a pop album, but she decided to release a heartbreak album. And I think the album is okay. There were a few songs that definitely had to grow on me, but there were some songs I did actually like from the first listen. So I'm going to start off with the positives. Sonically, I think the album flowed pretty well, and I like the production on some of the songs. The songs that stood out to me was In Pieces. I think In Pieces is a really, really beautiful ballad. It's super raw and vulnerable, and I love how Chloe was emoting in the song. And her vocals were just beautiful, especially when she was going into that higher range. That part was so ethereal. I just loved it. So that's one of my favorite singles that she released so far. Also, another song I liked on the album was Feel Me Cry. I loved that transition from How Does It Feel to Feel Me Cry. I thought that was super smooth, and the song is sexy. I could actually hear a feature on the song. I could hear Lucky Daye singing with her on that song. The whole time I was listening to it, I was saying, oh my gosh, this would sound good with Lucky Daye. Another song I really liked was I Don't Mind. I actually replayed this song several times because I was just feeling the vibe of it. I love the melody. I love the production on it. And I also liked her song Body Do. Body Do was the only up-tempo song on this album, But I liked it a lot. It was very infectious, very catchy, something that you could dance to and work out to. And I feel like it should have been a single, actually. I don't know why her team didn't release this earlier, but I feel like it could have been a stronger single for her. Another song on there that I like is called Told Ya, featuring Missy Elliott. The song Told Ya is an acquired taste because it has more of an experimental, unconventional sound. But oddly enough, I like it. I like the production on it. I like the different elements in the production. And I also like the switch up in the second half of the song. I thought it was spontaneous and fun and experimental. And also Cheat Back. Now, it's interesting because Cheat Back to me wasn't the best song on the album. It's a very toxic song. The lyrics are toxic. And Chloe actually got the Toxic King himself, Future, to be on this song. But after a few listens, it did grow on me. I thought Future sounded good on the acoustic track. I was pleasantly surprised by that. And Chloe's vocals, of course, were amazing. Chloe never fails to give a good vocal moment. And throughout the album, you could hear how detailed her vocals were because she was definitely giving a lot of harmonies, a lot of vocal stacking. For example, her song Prayed Away was a really good vocal performance from her. I really liked it, and I like the choir that she brought in. Even though Prayed Away is not my favorite song on the album, I appreciate the musicality behind it. Now, with all that being said, I have to be honest. I was not really here for some of the lyrics on the album. I felt like it was very juvenile, a little toxic and unrelatable, and also a little cringy, to be honest. And every song wasn't like that, by the way. I mean, if you listen to In Pieces and Make It Look Easy, you could see that Chloe has the ability to write something meaningful. But some of the lyrics and some of the songs were really just, I don't know. I wasn't really connecting with it. And maybe it's not for me to connect with. And another critique, I kind of feel like the album was a bit slow for me. Like I said, it wasn't bad, but I just feel like something was missing. For example, How Does It Feel with Chris Brown? I felt like something was missing in that. I think the song could have used another verse. I think Chloe should have sang on that song more. It's kind of unfortunate that she got all that backlash over the collaboration with Chris, but it really didn't go anywhere. I think the single just wasn't strong enough. It was way too short. And also the song Worried had potential. I actually like Worried, but something in the production was missing for me. I felt like it needed some extra sauce. And her song Lose You had potential. But once again, something was missing with that song, and I felt like the song dragged on a bit, and it was pretty anticlimactic. I was expecting a big vocal moment from her, but I never got it. So I don't know, Lose You, I'm kind of on the fence about because I like it, but then I wanted something more. And that's kind of how the album felt for some of the songs, unfortunately. It wasn't bad, but it was just a bit generic and it sounded like filler music. And also, I was a little annoyed that Heart on My Sleeve was not a full song. That kind of irked me a little bit because when I heard the snippet of it, I thought it sounded so beautiful and I loved the melody. And I wanted to hear the song in full, but it was only an interlude, so that was very disappointing. But the album overall had its moments. I do like some of the songs on there. I think she could have added some of her other singles on this album as well. I think For the Night would have been good on the album. And also, I wouldn't have mind if she added Have Mercy. I know Have Mercy doesn't flow with the direction of the album, but it is her biggest single to date, and it definitely would have helped her first week's streaming numbers. Overall, I do think this is a decent effort from Chloe. This is her debut album. I know it meant a lot to her to put this out. The album is definitely a grower. Some of the songs will have to grow on people, but I do think Body Do and In Pieces have the potential to be standout songs from her. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.